students. I'm welcoming again you all in my today's session and I hope you all are doing well. So till now we have done with this two sessions of that second unit, that is array, and today we are going to learn about that some application like searching, which we are doing in arrays. So before I'm going to start this session, let's recapitulate what we have done in our previous session. So see, we have done types of arrays: one dimensional array, two dimensional array, that is we call it multi-dimensional. But I has told you all that practically in your syllabus, as you are first year student, so in your syllabus only practically one and two dimensional arrays there. But I told you all about that all 3D, 2D and n-dimensional array in our previous sessions, right? And we have also learned some examples of multi-dimensional array. So this what we have done regarding array sessions, which we had previously done. Okay, so now in today's session, as I told you all, that we are going to start with that searching. So what is the objectives of today's session? We'll learn searching algorithms. We'll learn about types of searching algorithms, and also we'll learn searching in one-dimensional array as well as searching in two-dimensional array. So let's start. Searching algorithm. So before I teach you what is it searching, in general, I hope you all learn or you all aware what is that searching. See, if I'm giving you four boxes, and in each box I am having different colors of pen, and I have given you all one task that you have to search red color pen, right? So what you do, you will open one by one that box, and if you are getting that red pens, then you will say, yes ma'am, I got it, right? So in this way we are doing normally that searching. Or if we'll take that example of we are using dictionaries for searching any difficult word, right? So in this way also in this searching that word in dictionary is also an example of searching. So now in our daily routines we are doing this some examples in which we are doing searching. Now we are today we are going to learn about searching in programming perspectives, how we are doing this searching in C programming. So searching algorithms are designed to check for an element or retrieve an element from any data structure where it is stored. Data structure means it could be your array, string, structure, you know. So means whenever you are checking or retrieving any element from any data structure, so it's known as searching. So based on the types of search operation, these algorithms are generally classified into two categories. One is sequential search. As I have taken that example that I have given you, if 5 boxes and I ask you to search that red pen, and sequentially how you are doing, you are starting from that first box till that end until and unless you are not getting that pen. So this what you are doing is called it as a sequential search. Means in this list of array is traversed sequentially, means element is checked one by one, and this is called as for the sequential search we are having one example called it as linear search. Now second search is interval search. Interval search means these algorithms are specifically designed for searching in sorted data structures. Means sorted means already either your elements will be stored in that particular data structure in ascending order or in descending order. So where your elements are in sorted order, we can apply interval search, not that sequential search, right? So these types of searching algorithms are much more efficient than linear search, as they repeatedly target the center of the search structure and divide the search space in half. Divide the search space half in means, uh, uh, as I already told, that your list is sorted. So suppose your list is in ascending order, means your first element is 4, then number greater than is next, and if you want to search that element to 60, so it is easily detectable, means either you just find that midpoint, and mid means that number is that searching element, if it is greater than that mid, so you have to search in that second half, and if it is less than, then you have to that first half, so automatically your search is half. So for example of this type of internal interval searches, binary search. So for sequential search, we are having example linear search, and for interval search, we are having example of binary search. Now what is this linear search? As I told, linear search means sequentially we will search for particular element one by one. So linear search to find that element 20 in a given list of number is available on your screen. You can see we started from it's a one-dimensional array. All elements is stored in an array, and it's not in sorted order, right? So we'll started from location first, that is index 0, and one by one we are checking. And see that 20 is at position 6. So from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, while you have traversed through 0 to 5, once you are reached till to 6, you are getting your particular element. So in this way we are doing that linear search. Now another example, array is given, and now you have to search that element 8. So again we'll start from 0, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when you reach to that number, you are getting that particular number, you will stop, and you are show that number is found at particular location. And it is not necessarily that always element is available. So if element is not available, then you can simply say search is unsuccessful. Why unsuccessful? Because you are not able to find that particular element, because it is not available in that list. So just you have to remember that for that linear search, which is a type of sequential search, we are doing that searches from that starting to ending, or from ending to starting, means whatever that starting point you are choosing, you have to go one by one, not you cannot jump from one position to another. So if here in your screen, the algorithm for linear search is available, and you all know what is algorithm. In algorithm, we are mentioning that steps for particular task. So first step is start from the leftmost element of an array, and one by one compare with each element of array, means compare x is what, the number which you want to search. So one by one compare with each elements of array, then if x matches with an element, return that index, means you are getting that element, return that index means yes, we got that element at particular index. Or otherwise, if x doesn't match with any elements, then return -1, or return that we are not getting any element, means while if you are returning -1, it means it automatically equals to that your search is unsuccessful. So the time complexity of that above algorithm is order n. Why we are saying the time complexity? Basically, what is this time complexity? Time complexity is the total time which we needed for doing that particular task. So for linear search, as we are doing sequentially one by one, so here this order n is that, you can say that worst case, means maximum possibility is what? You are searching from beginning to that ending. So order n means maximum possibility. That beyond that you have no option, right? So the complexity of that above algorithm, that is linear search algorithm, is order n. Now here is the program for linear search, which is written in that C programming, and you all are familiar with that code of array. Just I am going to explain that concept which we have used here. And in left hand side, if you are able to see, first we have entered that array. You all know how to enter that 1D array in C programming. So after that we have entered that element which we want to search, and we store that element in a variable key, and after that you have to take one more for loop, and in this you have to compare your key is what, that element which you want to search, with one by one. So in that loop we have written, if a of I is equals to, here we have used that comparison operator, because we are comparing whether a of 0 is equals to that particular number. If it is, element found. If it is not, then again loop will be incremented, and so on up till your last element. So two possibilities are there: either we got with that element, or we are not able to find that element, right? So whatever that case, see right hand side of this screen, that output is also available. Size of array user entered, that 6. The element which user want to find is 2. The element entered is 47318. So element enter is 24738, and the key value is 2. So this 2 is available in your array. So what is that output? Element found. So now I hope this linear search is clear. I cleared with that algorithm, as well as with the help of one C program, which is basically for linear search, which comes under sequential search. Okay, so this is that program for linear search. Now come to that binary search, and I told you all that binary search comes under the interval search, and the condition for this is that your list should be sorted. Sorted means either in ascending order or either in descending order, right? So binary search to find the element 23 in a given list of number. See here that your list is sorted. You all can see in your screen that numbers which available in your particular array is already in sorted order, and now you have to search for 23. Okay, so first we will find that mid of that list, midpoint, right? So size of this array is what, 9, and if we are finding, so what we are getting, 4. So what is that value for this array location at 4 is 16. So now we have to take the decision, 23 is greater than 16 or 23 is less than 16. So first we will check that 23 is greater than. So if 23 is greater than, so obviously we have to search on the second part, and if 23 is less than 16, so we have to search that first part, right? So automatically your time will be half. There's no need to search that whole list. Only half of that list is if you search, then you are able to find that particular element. So here, as 23 is greater than 16, so we are finding on the second half of that particular list. So after starting in that second half, our first element is equal to 23. So it will return 5, because 16 is stored at A of 4 and the 23 is stored in memory 5. So we are getting, yes, 23 is found at location 5. Okay, so binary search is a type of interval search, and the condition is that your list is should be sorted. Okay, so now here one more example. You have to search for 47, right? And again, because this is that condition for the binary search, that your list should be sorted, your list is already sorted. first you have to take that mid of that particular list, then you have to compare that mid element from that particular element which you want to search, and after that you have to take a decision whether you are going for the first half or you are going to search in the second half. Okay, so again here our element is found in second half, so in this way you can apply. Now we'll learn how to write that code or how to write that logic in terms of C programming language, but before that let's have a look for binary search algorithm. So what we are actually going to do while writing that program, we'll learn through this algorithm. So first, compare x with that middle element, means your need is that you have to find the mid of that particular list. After that, you compare your x. X is what? That element which you are going to find. So compare that x with that middle element. If x matches with that middle element, it could be that one possibility, means your middle element is equal to that element which you want to search. So we return that mid index, one possibility. Else, if x is greater than mid element, then x only lie in the right half, or we can say that second half. So subarray after the mid element, so we recur that right half. And else, if x is smallest, then we have to search on the left half. So the idea of binary search is to use the information that the array is sorted and reduce the time complexity. In place of order n, we are having that time complexity order log n. So obviously it is very less, it will take less time as compared to that linear search. Linear search is you can say applicable or work perfectly when you are having a small list. But if you are having that large list, like say you are having thousands of elements and you want to search a particular element, so it will be very time consuming, because till 1,000 we will talk about that worst case, till 1,000 element you have to go one by one. But if here binary search will perform perfectly, because continuously we are reducing half, so possibility is there once we are reaching to that particular element. Now here is the code for binary search algorithm. You can see again, for finding that mid, you have to initialize one variable as a first. We have put in here that 0, you can see in your screen. Then last element is your n minus 1, and middle will be calculated as first plus last divided by 2. So after calculating this, you are getting that middle value, and will apply that logic, means while first is less than equal to last, you have to search one by one that particular element, and if your that element is less than search, then you are going to search that your element in that first half, and if that element is greater than, then you are going to search that element in that right half, right? So in this way you are going to reduce your array, and finally we are able to find that element. So the basic idea about this binary search is that we are reducing the time complexity. Okay, and in your right hand side, that output is available. Enter number of elements. User entered that 5, and that 5 integers are 2, 5, 8, 9, 11, and that element which user want to search is 8, and 8 is found at the location 3. So this is that program which is available in your screen for binary search. Okay. So now let's compare this linear search versus that binary search. So linear search scans one item at a time without jumping to any item, right? As I told you, the condition for binary search is you have to reduce that list, or means your list should be sorted without means necessary condition. Otherwise, first you have to apply some sorting algorithm for sorting your list, then only you can apply that binary search on that particular list. The worst case complexity is order n, sometimes known as order n search, and the time taken to search elements keep increasing as the number of elements are increased. So this is that main difference. So now you all are having that idea. Whenever you are having that smaller list, you can go for that linear search, and whenever you are having that long list, first you sort that list and apply for that binary search. So this is all about that linear search and binary search. And one more important point here, we conclude that binary search cut down your search to half as soon as you find middle of that sorted list. And the middle element is look to check if it is greater or less than that value. Accordingly, you have to do either half of that given list. Means you have to search on particular half size, either on that left or either on the right. So what we conclude? We conclude some important differences is, I'm telling one by one that input data needs to be sorted in binary search and not in linear search, right? Linear search does that sequential access, whereas binary search access data randomly. And the time complexity for linear search is order n, whereas that binary search is order log n. And linear search performs equality comparisons and binary search performs ordering comparisons. So these are the important differences which you have to remember while doing that searching algorithms, whether you are going for linear search or whether you are going for binary search. So now here I will summarize what we have done in this session. In this session, we learned that what is searching. Then we have learned types of that searching algorithm, and we learned that there are two types of searching algorithm. One is sequential and another one is interval search, and for both we have taken one example. Like for sequential we are having linear search, and for interval search we are having that binary search. And linear search scans one item at a time without jumping to any item, and binary search, the main advantage of that binary search is that it cut down your list to half. So input data needs to be sorted if you are going for that binary search, right? Now here are the references which you can follow for detailed studies, or for if you are having any doubts, so you can follow these references. Okay, and here is that my contact information. If you are having any doubt regarding this session, you can contact to me, you can mail me. My email id is kiran.singh@goltiasuniversity.edu.in, right? So here we end up with this session. So thank you all. If you all we will meet again in our next session, and till now, bye bye, take